Well, I see this as being three key drivers. There's appetite for reusing legacy assets, and there's some good reasons for that, right? They've got existing products, the integration works. You can reuse these things rather than going through that heart and lung surgery to rip that out and replace it, avoid all of that risk. And actually, one of the observations here is legacy systems are often cheap to run. They're stable, they work, right? But perhaps they're not in the right place. And that brings us to participating in a digital ecosystem. So one of the things I often say to brokers, MGAs, insurers, vendors to the insurance market is that it's always been an ecosystem. Lots of participants in there, reinsurers, reinsurance brokers, very collaborative industry. But now a lot of that collaboration is happening through APIs, through automation, through machine to machine discussion. And actually, that's part of the key here. So, participating not just in an ecosystem, but a digital ecosystem enabled by APIs, enabling customer engagement, distribution, data enrichment, claims resolution. We'll talk about some of those shortly as well. The third key driver is one that's been around forever and is perpetually there for insurers. They always want to go quicker. So we call this agility, but it's about partly around faster delivery of new propositions to market, reducing cost of that. And actually, once you can go faster and at lower cost with this sort of change, you enable innovation as well. And this is a key enabling capability that insurers are looking for. But there's some challenges, right? Legacy is not good at doing APIs. Legacy systems typically predate some of the APIs, and even relatively modern systems can have APIs that maybe aren't quite up to scratch for a modern digital ecosystem. So there's some tension there between reusing those existing assets, but being a participant in a digital ecosystem. Equally, point number 7 on here, legacy systems were often built before this idea of DevOps. There's lots of engineering discipline that's changed in recent years. As we look at agility, as we look at that speed to market, the arrival of DevOps, increased interest in low and no code solutions as well. We've got faster at building things, and some of these legacy systems were built before many of those innovations came to fruition. So there's a natural tension there in terms of legacy pulls against the agility that we could deliver, but there still feels like there's an opportunity to get that speed, be that participant in a digital ecosystem without having to sacrifice or replace all of those things that we've invested in over the last decades within the insurance industry.